Good day, listener. I'm Atika Onome, a member of MMM Nigeria of batch 146, Guardia School, 2016. Standing here, I'm going to take you through the presentation of MMM ideology. This presentation is going to tell you about MMM true identity, how MMM works, the mechanism of MMM. That will now take us to the introduction of MMM, which means the context of MMM. By looking at the content of MMM, we are going to look at the following: the introduction, the MMM ideology, the mechanism, which means how MMM works, MMM benefits, and the rules of MMM. Now, merely looking at these following, the MMM ideology. Here, MMM is a mutual aid fund. MMM is social financial network, and MMM is also a community of people who want to be free. MMM is also not a bank, because a lot of people are misunderstanding this thing. The true ideology of MMM is not a bank. MMM does not collect your money. MMM is an online community. MMM is not a business online. MMM is a community where people help each other. MMM, it is all about giving and receiving. It's a platform of giving to the needy, and also receiving receiving a percentage of what you are giving out, which is 30% you are hearing about. Now, the platform that helps to connect those who need and also those that have to give, to provide and also to what? To receive freely. Now, I'm taking you to how MMM works, which is the mechanism. Now, MMM is all about provide and GH. Provide and GH. Now, when we talk about how MMM works, it comes and it grows. Your money grows by 30% each time you PH. Now, it's a simple platform where MMM, by mechanism of PHing, is to say it's all about PH, GH, PH, GH, PH, and GH. This simple mechanism behind growing your money by 30% monthly basis. By the time your PH help and you get help, at the end of it, you will have the return of 30%. Now, after you might have registered on MMM, you will now benefit, and maybe your family or friends member will want to come and plug in. Now, by them coming in to plug in, which is by registering under you, they are now entitled to another. You yourself, or that is already a participant, are now entitled to another thing again, which is the benefit. You will now be having 10% of whichever amount they use toward PH. That is to say, under the benefit of being a member now, you putting someone under you, you also having another benefit of your 10%, which is wherever you bring, you are entitled to 10% by each person. Your providing help guarantees you with what? Your own 30%. You now put someone else under you, you now have 10% of. If you have 3 persons under you are now having 30% of any amount they PH. Now, MMM in that same platform, MMM help you to manage your money. MMM makes you to come out of financial disorderliness. MMM makes you, with MMM, you change your world. It's a platform that is so simple that you can come in as a master of your own. You are not a slave to your money. You are a ruler of your money. It's not unlike a bank that where this MMM ways is so very different from every other mechanism that I have ever seen. Now, by so doing now, I want to bring you to the another phase of it. I told you that when you register someone under you, you have 10%. Another benefit that I'm taking you to now is when you are the first time providing help, you are entitled to some benefit as well, which is to receive some bonus. Now, which I'm going to state here to you now. Now, a participant, someone that has registered before for the first time is now providing help. He now provided help with 50,000 naira. He's entitled to $20. Now, at the end of the month. Now, another participant now provided with, let's say, 500,000. Is also entitled to $50. Another person, let's assume I now provided with 3,000. I am entitled to $100 bonus. So with all this bonus, it makes my money grow, become too much far than my expectation. I know a lot of persons sometimes will keep money in the bank for like a month, more than a month, 2 months, 3, and all that. You will discover that the money you even drop there, at the end of it, they will tell you that something has left. But rather, when you put it there, your money grows with difference of 30%. So his MMM is so real. Now, there are benefits that I could tell you about. Do you believe that when you join MMM as a participant, you are entitled to PH as much as you want? It does not give you a limitation that, but always make the money available whenever you PH. You can PH as 100 times, but mind you, MMM did not say you should go and use all your money you have in your savings. It orders you to use spare money, so that as at the time you gave out that one, you can still have enough to use to take care of some other ones. You understand? That are some of the ethics of MMM. Now we are moving now to the rules of MMM. Now, MMM's rules are as follows. And now every organization without a root is like a worthless ground. You know, every firm that has root is a foundation of how solid. It tells about the foundation of how that firm is going to look like at the end of it. Because when people takes what you have for granted, because that's even because you didn't tell them the news and done of the organization. Now, MMM has a rules, a golden rules. In every organization, there is a golden rule, and MMM is not left behind. There are rules guiding MMM. The growing of your money, 30% monthly. There are rules guiding them, and there are things you must maintain that will make everything work peacefully. Now, do you know that for you to maintain some of these rules, you do not have to have multiple accounts of MMM. You don't have to have multiple accounts. That is to say, by sharing, you can always PH as much as you can. Like as I earlier said, you can PH 10 times, 5 times with that your same account. MMM does not give you what? Does not give you limits to your PHing. Now, 2, do not share your bank nor email detail with any of MMM member. Now, by so doing, you will be placed on monitorum. Now, monitorum means that it's a state where your money will be frozen for the time being until you have been able to prove your rightful identity, that is a proof of ownership of that account, before your money will be released to you. Now, 3, Do not delay payment. That is, you were given an order to go and make payment. You didn't pay on time, and one or two things you could not meet up. Do not delay. As soon as you see your payment, you go for as soon as you see your order, you go for the payment immediately. That's for that. Then the fourth one here is that do not edit your banking detail nor changing your password. If you must change password or edit your bank detail at any time, then you must do this after 15 days before you GH. That is to say, if you are having an issue with your bank and you want to edit something in your account, you must set aside 15 days ahead before getting your money, which is GHing. That's the meaning of it. Before you go for GH or before you go for your money, you must make sure you count 15 days ahead of it. That's for that. 2, the other one here is do not make deposit and fail to attach proof of payment. Now listen, one of the facts MMM believe here is your proof of payment. I don't know if you understand. Now, if you must quote to MMM that you have paid them, you must come up with the proof of payment that carries the person's name and the person's bank. You understand? So by you uploading it, you are showing it to MMM already now that you have done what they obligate you to do. So the other one again is do not fail to confirm payment. Like some of us do, after they have received their money, they will leave the what's it called, the account like that. Sometimes later in the evening or the next day. It's not like that. As soon as you receive your money, you ought to have go straight to confirm the person payment. So that's why he said, do not fail to confirm payment. Now, lastly, always remember to write your letters of happiness. Now, letters of happiness is the proof that what you plugged your money into, it came out with the percentage and all the bonus that were being entitled to it. Telling it to your fellow colleague that the thing you did with your money really came out. That's the letter of happiness. Telling it to the world, even to those people that have not yet been convinced, that are still scared. Now, your letters of happiness help to tell them that this thing that they are scared of is paying. It's true. Now, if MMM did not pay you or it does not go as they are saying it, you will not write this letter of happiness. So, for the fact that you receive your money, it's always advisable that you let the world know about your letters of happiness. Now, to summarize everything again, we have talked about the rules, we have talked about the benefits of MMM, we have talked about how does MMM work, we have also talked about the ideology of MMM. Now, in summary, I put it to you. If you have not plugged into MMM, my brother, my sister, I'm telling you, you are missing out. There is no any other organization, either firm or any platform that I have seen that is like MMM. MMM carries only 100% of people along, 1 million people along. It does not have limitation of people's numbers of people that are entitled to. It takes everybody along, but the availability of the bottom line is that your money should be available as you have placed the order, and everything will go fine. And as you have heard about the rules, stick to it, and everything will go well with you. Your money will not be placed on Maradona if only you stick on the rules. So, my brothers, my sisters, that's where I plead to draw the curtain of today's presentation on title MMM ideology, which means MMM true platform of MMM. So this is where I draw the curtain today. I oblige you to plug in with me. You might not know the language I speak now. You might not be there because you are not already there, but I urge you to come and join. Free yourself and give it a try and see. A lot of parents who are having financial devastations, they who could not pay their children's school fees, who could not pay some of their bills. Some of them